On a late winter evening, in a chalet on the French slopes, a few friends took a bet that was set to change the lives of so many. 5 years and 5 extremes challenges later, Jean Craven, the founder of Madswimmer, and a brand new team of adventurers prepare for the 6th challenge, a challenge that will complete their series of swims connecting 7 continents. In suburban Johannesburg, ice is brought in to let the team train in water of 4 to 7 degrees Celsius. This will simulate the temperature that they are expecting on their Continent of Asia swim to the continent of North America in the Bering Straits. The team also trained in the cold Atlantic off the Western Cape coastline. After several months of preparation, the long trip got underway.
Well, at last it started, the adventure. I mean, I think there's a lot of nerves that we're starting to deplete now. But it's going to like a second stage of the journey now. We've got 30 hours flight ahead of us until we hit Anchorage, local time, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. It's going to be a long haul, but you know, at least we're going to be catching up on our movies.
I'm in trouble because I haven't updated the will. But other than that, all good and ready to go. Got lots of warm stuff, so all good.
We've got 30 hours of flying to get there, and there's a little bit of excitement creeping in. Up until now, it's just been stress, but I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling it.
Last goodbyes for the team of 6 swimmers and support crew of 2. The first leg of the trip is from OR Tambo Airport in Johannesburg to Heathrow, London. 12 hours to rest and think about their epic attempt to swim from Asia to America in the treacherous Bering Sea. There is no room in their schedule for any delays. The window for good weather is extremely narrow. 6 possible days throughout the year.
We're at Heathrow. We've got about an hour to go before we leave for New York. It's quite a rough flight. I didn't sleep at all, but most of the guys slept. I think with some aid of red wine, they might have just made it through the night.
Just done all the morning things you do as you wake off, get off a plane, stretch a bit, have an egg, a couple of cups of coffees.
The Mad Swimmers are in good spirits. Heathrow to the Newark Airport in New York is another 9 hours. They knew the travelling would be tough, but were they prepared for what lay ahead?
There are not many shops and activities sitting here. Our lead, Mr. Craven, he managed to lose the customs form that was stamped by the border duty, but in the 40 meters that we had to get our luggage and go through customs, he managed to lose the only piece of paper that we needed. So from here to Anchorage, we're looking forward to it. All good to go still. Everybody's in good health and good spirits. See you there.
A smaller plane now, less space, no meals on call, and no entertainment. The 9-hour journey from New York to Anchorage in Alaska ended with great scenic rewards. A taste of things to come.
So that's 32 hours later, 3 flights. We slept a lot, which is a bit alarming because it's just after 8 o'clock Saturday night and we're as wide awake as possible.
It's really exciting. We've got tomorrow to go. We'll see from there.
I'm excited to be going to a hotel and not getting on another aeroplane in Anchorage after lots and lots of traveling. But it slowly starts to get real, you know, as you feel the air temperature drop and you look down and you see glaciers below.
I chatted to the locals. It was quite interesting. They were explaining to us how big the walruses are, how cold the water is and how beautiful Alaska is. We're sitting down this morning with Ken, having a briefing. It's been quite intriguing. We had a nice big breakfast. Everything was relaxed until they arrived. They've spent some time unpacking exactly what the risks are and how important safety is on this trip. We are going to be taking on a massive challenge. As Ken put it so eloquently, they're not too worried about us only. They want to first make sure that we get there safely on the boats. So you can imagine if the boats have a challenge, how tough it's going to be physically swimming. So the stories are relayed well here about how people tried to go from Little Diomede to Big Diomede and the boats disappeared and they're still looking for them. So yeah, I think we're going to have to do our homework very thoroughly today, make sure we got the currents under control.
Well, the main challenge is going to be the weather, and it all depends on the weather. I've been out there many, many times where the weather can be perfect, sunny, flat, and then I've been out there where I can't even see my hand practically in front of me, and where we're going up and down like that. But the thing is that the weather can change like that. The other challenges, obviously, are going to be, the Russian permissions, which we already have, and that's all legal. And I think that, your whole team has been preparing physically and mentally for this expedition, so that's a real asset for us.
We've got another flight down to Nome in just over an hour. That's an hour and a half flight, and then we're connecting out to Wales, which is the last bit on the mainland. And then hopefully the weather permits boating it over to Little Diomede. That's about a 2-hour boat ride, which is also a challenge in itself. So I think the guys are starting to get a bit more focused now with D-Day H-hour approaching. And but we're positive. We haven't come all this way for a joyride.
Talking with the Alaskans and getting nearer the destination, the tension becomes evident. From the world's busiest floatplane city, Anchorage, the team fly to the town of Nome, 1,000 miles south on the Bering Sea coast. Here is the awesome challenge for our intrepid adventurers. Russia and the Asian continent is on the left. Alaska, North America is on the right. The Diomede Islands are the 2 rocky islands located in the middle of the Bering Strait. These islands are separated by the international dateline. During winter, the 4-kilometer channel between the 2 islands is completely frozen, making it possible to bridge the shortest passage between east and west. Now, towards the end of summer, our team are ready for their swim challenge. Nome, Alaska, best known for the Iditarod Trail Sled Dog Race. This town combines Alaska's gold rush history with rich Inupiat Eskimo culture. A welcome midday snack. Meet the locals. Then another unforeseen disappointment. The team have to stay in Nome. The swimmers relax. Stories abound in the local pub.
We found ourselves stuck in Nome for the night, so checked into the Nugget Inn, which leaves a lot to be desired.
On the golden shores of Nome, as it's fondly referred to because of the gold digging going down. You'll see rigs all over the place. Many of them look derelict. So there's a good one. That's it. And it's a curious place, eh?
Last night, after the well-documented failure for us to take off, we ended up staying at the very well-known, famous Nugget Inn. Not sure I'll ever be back there, but took some photographs.
Not a lot has happened from yesterday to today. We've spent quite a bit of time walking around this little town of Nome. I think we've walked every block. The city of Nome is got to be the biggest hole that I've ever come across in my whole life. I will certainly never, ever go there with my family. Really, really hardcore bunch of guys. I think there is only 2 things to do there, and that's mine gold during the day and possibly drink it up in the night. There was absolutely nothing in Nome. Really tough place to live. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they do it. Ho ho!
About 2 hours left. Hopefully we're going to be catching the plane out to Wales. I think we're getting a bit itchy now. We want to get the swim over, really. We're starting to get a bit too relaxed.
Nice, healthy, cholesterol free. A little bit of reindeer.
It is said that the nearest tree is 100 kilometers away and that George Seward bought Alaska from the Russians in 1867 for $7 million. That works out roughly at 2 cents per acre. A short wait later and the plane is ready. Now the excitement is mounting. The plan is to land after the short flight, get the boats, do a reconnaissance and swim. That is how wary the team is of missing the best weather for their swim. Wales is on the southernmost tip of the Seward Peninsula. It is also known as Cape Prince of Wales. The South Africans are taken to the local school by quad-driven carts. They are keen to take to the water. A quick email and orientation, but the local organisers do not want to let them swim today.
Yeah, we're excited to be here. We would have preferred to be there, but the water here is 11.6, which is a walk in the park. Come to think of it.
This is the warmest it gets. So I expected it to be around 10, 11.6, a little bit higher than I expected. But I can guarantee it only gets colder going that way. So it will probably drop a degree for every 2 kilometers that we head out. So I expect the Diomedes to be around about 7.
The sea's a bit rough according to the locals.
We were hoping to go today. It doesn't look too bad to me. The water looks great to me, actually. I don't think it gets much better than this. According to the experts, they say no. Once we're out there, you get up to 8 meters swells at the moment. I'm not sure I buy into that, but hey.
At the school in Wales, the plotting and logistical planning continues. The crew leaders and skippers emphasize the unpredictable currents and possible dangers. Only 3 swimmers have done the individual crossing between Big Diomedes and Little Diomedes. More action after the break. Stay with us.